Hi, this is Vicki from Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to our new learning session entitled Under the Sea. This session will be exploring the ocean from the beach to the creatures that live under the sea. The sea has always been something I enjoyed. I love the waves, the family gatherings on the beach, and the exploration of all things ocean. The water's salty, I float better, and there are so many different line forms just waiting for me to find them. In our pictures, we can see how different the ocean can be depending on where you go. On the left is this wonderful warm environment with a stingray, coral, and sea sponges. And on the right, we see a picture of a kelp forest that exists in the oceans right off our coast where the water is cold and filled with treasures to find. In our session, we hope to capture the awe and wonder of a visit to the sea and the learning materials that we provided. We have 3 books for this session. We hope that these books provide your child a peek into the amazing environment of the ocean and will create that sense of awe and wonder that they'll feel that will feed their curiosity about the ocean. We hope you'll sit down with them and watch the videos for each one of these. They are the inspiration for the activities for this session. Our book is a wordless book entitled Wave. And I can't tell you how many times my children played chicken with the waves. It was endless fun with them. But everything about this book elicits the sights and activities of being next to the ocean on the beach. Our next book, Fish Eyes, is a counting book, using the fish to count and creating a sequence between one and the next one. Although the fish are created, they do not represent any particular fish. The illustrations do, though, show the wonderful diversity of the different kind of fish that we can find under the sea. Our last book, which we will read live, is a pout-pout fish. It is one of our core books and is available both in English and Spanish, and we hope you'll read along with us. This is activity number 1. Exploratory play is characterized by open-ended play. And when your child is introduced to new materials to work with, they naturally explore. Through their explanations, they are trying to understand how these new materials fit in their world, and most of the time they do this by actually determining the attributes of the materials. They're also exploring what happens when they do things with the materials, the cause and effect, and they're trying to understand why these effects actually happen. So, as adults in play, we can help our learners provide the language to help them either describe those attributes, rough, cold, hot, sharp, smooth. But we can also provide ways to explore by adding different items that will change how the play actually happens. Maybe a cup or a spoon. The added objects will give the sand something to interact with. And as an adult, we can also provide really good questions for them to consider. So, what would happen if we press the E into the sand? Well, the child's exploration of a material isn't typically completed in one session, so don't be surprised if your child comes back to the sand again and again. It's just their way of learning about the world. The provided magnifying glass will actually deepen the exploration. So, does the sand look different using the magnifying glass? What did you see differently that you didn't see with your naked eye? Now, children really love making their mark in the sand at the beaches by drawing with a stick. And this sand is no different than that at the beach, other than it's not going to get over everything. You can use it as an opportunity to write letters, numbers, colors, or not colors, but shapes. To help with this process, you can use your exemplars from your teacher's kit. So, put the letter down, let them copy it onto the sand, whether it be the numbers or the letters. We would love to see the pictures of your child's attempts at making letters or numbers or shapes, so please post. Who can resist making art from beautiful shells, sea glass, and sticks? Andy, who did these, was actually inspired by the patterns in the shells that created a symmetrical mandala. I think these ideas of symmetrical pieces really resonate in the shells that we see. So and wonder what your child will make. Well, actually, what will you make? We hope that you'll post both of those things. There's so much to do with kinetic sands, and we're sure that you will think of different ways to play with it. We would love to see your family different ways and what they explored, all of us families, so that we get a chance to try that with our children. This is activity number 2, the move like cards. So many of the sea animals move different in their world than they do in ours. We thought it would be a great way to explore some of their movements in our world. Like, for example, if you've ever seen a crab move, they don't walk forward, but instead go side to side, which I think is so strange. Can you imagine trying to get to the kitchen that way? Well, let's try it. Anyhow, these cards are to inspire your child moving in a different way than they move on the land. They will get to move like one of the sea animals. It should be really funny. One of the most amazing animals that I've met in the sea were sea turtles, and I thought it would be really fun in activity number 3 to weave a turtle. Now, turtles make swimming look like it's an effortless process. They move slowly through the water, pulling the water with their fins and using their rear fins to kind of change direction. We thought we could give excuse me, to make a little turtle ourselves through weaving exercise like this one, which has been weaved in yarn. In your box, you're going to find a set of popsicle sticks with some yarn attached. I put on the little sticks the face of the turtle and their fins. And then we're ready to actually start the weaving pattern. First, we wind our yarn around a popsicle and then wrap it once, and then place the yarn over the next popsicle stick and wrap it around. And we keep on repeating that over and over and around until all the yarn is gone. But let's actually watch somebody actually do this. Now she's going to start by filling her center, which she's already done, and then she begins weaving. Let's go ahead and watch her. Well, how fun is that? And what a great result when we finished. Next week, we're going to do a little painting and fishing. Until then, thank you.